In March, more than 2,500 delegates gathered in Rio de Janeiro for the Global Entrepreneurship Congress.
What if we could build a movement of people across the globe who would lead and catalyze a bottom-up movement that heralded entrepreneurs as powerfully as we do every day our football players and our movie stars?
Entrepreneurs, investors, policymakers, and startup champions from more than 120 countries come together each spring, examining the world's best programs and research as they share ideas on strengthening their startup ecosystems, not just during Global Entrepreneurship Week, but throughout the entire year.
And I think what's exciting is this chance to have all the people hosting Global Entrepreneurship Weeks around the world come together, share best practices, get a little dose of inspiration, and really fun to see so many people talking in so many languages about entrepreneurship.
I saw the Global Entrepreneurship Congress as a pretty incredible opportunity to meet and network with some of the smartest entrepreneurial brains in the world.
Congresses like this are so incredibly valuable because they're convening forces for a bunch of entrepreneurs who are trying to figure out what's happening in their own startup community. And all the people around the startup communities, I think by having them together for a couple of days from around the world, you start to really cross-fertilize different things that are working or not working.
You never know where the next opportunity is going to come. It could come from someone in a totally different country or someone right next door you never met because you were just never in the same place at the same time.
There's a tremendous number of people here from all over the globe who get to meet each other, learn about what's going on in their countries and in other countries, try and understand best practices, how to help entrepreneurs, how to help the investment community, really just spur the overall global economy and help create more jobs and opportunity around the world.
The GEC and Global Entrepreneurship Week encourage innovative minds to unleash new ideas, building a platform to empower the next generation of entrepreneurs.
The second strategy is to grow the startup space in Africa. We've a lot of motivation for a lot of people, I know, but just recently I was contacted by one young guy and he was telling me how he's starting his new company and how we've been a motivation to him.
I really believe in Global Entrepreneurship Week. Me as a person, as an entrepreneur, it's really inspired me. It's also helped me to develop my entrepreneurial journey which I'm going, because it's like it's a bumpy road, the campaign is not working, you're still going to hold on to it to make sure you build it up.
The GEC serves as a reminder of why entrepreneurship is vital to local and national economies.
But really at the heart of all of those meetings there was one tone that ran through everything, and that was, I suppose, startups and entrepreneurship, and really they were going to be the bread and butter for creating long-term sustainable employment in Ireland.
And why it is important to foster greater inclusiveness for startup communities in all corners of the world.
One way around job creation, Arabs are extremely creative people, is to give them the batons in their hands and say, become entrepreneurs, we're supporting you, we're cushioning you, go out there and do what you want.
Go out there and find yourself a mentor, somebody that can help you along that path, but push yourself, because we need the women to show up in their fullest capability and contribute to the change that we're trying to make in the world.
Delegates returned from the Congress with a new network and fresh ideas to apply at home, reinvigorated by the support of other like-minded risk-takers.
I think the most important legacy of the Congress is to make sure that Brazil has a lot to learn if we want to build a strong ecosystem environment to support entrepreneurs.
And of course, if you're an entrepreneur, you do many things on faith. But boy, when you can confirm that faith, it's a really good feeling. And here at the Congress and during Global Entrepreneurship Week, you see all the benefit from the education firsthand on display and how it's changing people's lives.
The history of entrepreneurship, of extraordinary value creation and capture, the history is full of examples of people, it's being contrarian. It's doing what other people think is the wrong thing to do. That's how you create value.
We're so happy to see Mr. Kaufman's dreams really realized, that in fact entrepreneurship has a global impact, not only creating global companies, but we absolutely believe in world peace through entrepreneurship.
We're evangelizing for entrepreneurship. Who's the opposition? Who's the person? Who are you trying to convince anymore? And what is really interesting to me about the Global Entrepreneurship Congress is how resounding that was true. His point was in the United States. And my point is it's now increasingly true that we've won.
What started in Kansas City has been to Dubai, Shanghai, Liverpool, and Rio. And the next city to host the Global Entrepreneurship Congress will be Moscow.
I'd like to thank the organizers of GEC for their confidence in Moscow.
But before they meet again, these entrepreneurship champions are back to work in their homelands, reaching out to new audiences, testing new approaches to supporting entrepreneurs, and building their ecosystems, all to help startups launch and grow. Next up, Global Entrepreneurship Week.
See you in November. Ireland!
See you in November 2013 in Saudi Arabia. Ahlan wa sahlan.
See you in November, Australia.
Kazakhstan. Brazil.
Nepal.
Turkey.
Denmark.
Greece.
להתראות בנובמבר.
See you in November.